All professionals here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'm clicking live, so we could just, chit chat. All right.
Yeah. About everything. Oh, of course there's going to be a siren, right?
Oh, don't worry. I live next to a firehouse, so you good. So I understand that pain.
Damn.
So yeah, I know that pain. I'm always mute, talking and muting. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, I have the struggle, but I have that struggle, but with my cat. The good old cat.
People love your cat though, because it's a cat.
Yeah, I guess.
What do you mean?
She's sweet. She's sweet. She means well.
She's great.
She means well.
She means well.
Audible knows. He knows. He knows about them cats and how they are. Crazy cats.
You might hear mine in a little bit. If it gets too late, if it gets later on in the podcast, you might hear him.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been in the office too long.
Oh.
Wasn't their intention.
Shout out to our patrons. They're scrolling the screen right now. We appreciate you guys. We hope you enjoy this show. So let's get to it, man. We in here. We are live.
Oh, damn.
We're live. The Backlog episode 49. One away from 50.
God. Oh, God.
Sure.
We need to do something for 50, but we'll talk about that later.
We need some, we got to figure out. What were you going to do for that special number? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Shar.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I've been playing games. So many games. You know how it is.
I gotta tell you real quick, if you didn't see my tweets yet.
What's up?
I came from battle yesterday.
Oh no!
I went to battle at the podiatrist. I'm alive.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm here, but
you're back.
That toenail, it's out of here, man. It's gone. That was rough, man. I'm happy to be here and feeling good because I was kind of thinking, like, man, I'm gonna be in pain today.
Battle, did you survive though? That's the question. Did you survive?
I mean, yeah, I'm here, right? I'm here. So, but man, what an experience. Sheesh.
It was an experience.
Sure, I went to.
You make it sound like you went to like a conference or something, like the Xbox experience or something. Like what?
Sure, I went to battle. I'm home from battle. Okay. I just thought you would be more happy to see me, is all. Sheesh.
I mean, I'm glad you're still here. Toe semi-intact. Yeah.
Man, let's get the show started, though. We gotta...
Yeah, we don't want to talk about your toe.
I know. Trust me, I know. I'm well aware. I just had to let you know I'm here. I'm alive. I'm good. I'm here. Shout out.
Alex said, rest in peace to your toenail.
Yeah, right?
Man, it was...
Yeah.
It was rough. But we're here with some amazing couple of guests here. I told them before the show I was going to do my best Iron Lord's impression introducing these couple of lords themselves. So, our first guest is no stranger to the world of podcasting and talking all things gaming. He has become a staple and reference in what it means to be a gracious host, as well as someone to be inspired by in the gaming community. He's part of a podcast that has declared me as Lady Era Cuts and the free agent extraordinaire. Introducing a man that has graced such podcasts as Defining Duke, Last Stand Media, Xbox 2, and the Unlocked Podcast, the host and co-creator of Iron Lords Podcast, co-host of The Last Word, Lord of the Lords of Gaming.net, my man, Lord Cognito. What's up, Cog?
Woo! Yo, she blessed me.
Hey, I had to.
Wow.
Damn.
Salute.
That was awesome.
That was awesome. Thank you. I'm like getting emotional right now. Like, that's what's up now. Much love. I'm glad you invited me. I'm glad to be here. It's my first time actually being on your cast, and embarrassed that I haven't watched it before, so apologies there. But
man.
I'm glad to be here, and it really meant a lot what you said, because at the end of the day, just trying to be positive, talk gaming, have fun. And one thing I respect about you and all of our interactions, it's always fun. It's always about gaming, and I love your energy. So salute to the panel, Shar. I gotta pronounce it correctly. Exactly. Yeah. And my man Audible, first time meeting y'all and talking some games. But let's do it. But salute and thank you for that.
Of course. I had to. I had to, and I'm not done.
Oh.
Because our next guest is a streamer and content creator that welcomes you to the coffee shop. His relaxing voice can be found on Twitch, where he streams the games he is enjoying or not so much enjoying. Troubleshoot Gaming. Introducing the man behind Audible Thinking Podcast and creator of the official music of the Backlog. My man. Almost messed up. My man, Audible. What's up, Audible?
What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? Glad to be back. Glad to be back, man. Appreciate the gracious intro. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all inviting me, Erica and Shar, and our special guest, Cognito. Appreciate you being here as well. And yeah, I'm ready to talk about these games and get into these topics.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Audible's the homie. Again, thank you for the music for this show. I mean, we've gotten a lot of compliments on it. You already know it was fire. It was great. Awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Glad everybody's liking it. Yeah.
Yeah. So Cog being a first time guest on the Backlog, and he's never seen it exposed.
No. Listen, you know, I'm never gonna lie to you.
It's all good. It's all good. But we want to get to know you a little bit since it's your first time. Maybe for first time listeners who haven't met you yet. Being the host of the Iron Lords podcast, I'm curious how that kind of went down, how that started, and just what brought you here today as far as being a content creator.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, to be honest, as far as the Iron Lords, you know, more of it's for lifelong friends kind of a deal. And you know, definitely three of us from the South Bronx with King, you know, and Solve and myself. And then, you know, Addict is kind of like the catalyst because, you know, we what you guys see now is more of an extension of what we used to do back in the day. All basically pile in my house in the South Bronx and on a Saturday and just, you know, watch the fights, watch sports and just play video games, you know, all day. And then as you know, as we got older, people moved away, you know, stuff like that. But what ended up happening was you know, I got really close to Addict. And you know, I remember specifically, you know, it was through Destiny, and Destiny was like the catalyst, you know. And I remember he wasn't into Destiny at one point, and I was like, look, if you at least try, I'm telling you, you're gonna get addicted. So I think we did like this mock trade for like Assassin's Creed and Destiny, and then he never looked back. So once we started, you know, playing more together, I met, you know, a lot of other people in the community, Anchorman and stuff like that. And he was just telling me, he was like, look, man, you know, these party chats that we doing, like, we should do a podcast. And I'm like, that's for the youngins. I'm too old. You know what I'm saying? like I wasn't me. Like I didn't understand it. Like for me, from where I come, I didn't understand if like people really were entertained into watching other people talk about games. It was just foreign to me. But you know, we kept pushing me on it, and I said, all right, you know what? I'll try it, but you host. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I really didn't believe in it, and I wanted to see it. Initially, we were just a Destiny podcast. We were just a Destiny podcast at first. So we had like a little success there, and then people would come in and say, hey, we like y'all, but we don't like Destiny.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, we're not about that. So we end up, you know, me and I started talking about, we made a decision, you know, to kind of open it up and just talk about all games. And then, you know, initially it was me, Addict, shout out to my man, Lord SWAT, Lord Zero, there was two others. So, you know, just due to scheduling and stuff, they couldn't consistently make it. So that's when I kind of went back and I got the homies and I was like, all right, let me get Solve. You know, he was they initially were guests on Iron Lord podcast.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, Solve was a guest and then King was a guest. And then and initially then I approached him and I said, you know what, like, how would you guys feel if we just did this thing together? And we just never looked back from then on. And it's been a fun ride. It's been really cool. I mean, I know the struggle, the grind. I remember being in there, just 5 people in the chat. You call your man, your friend, like, yo, you wasn't in the chat today. I'm not talking to you. Like I was that guy.
Wow.
I used to get emotional. Man. Yeah, I used to get emotional.
We gotta do that, Shar. We gotta start doing that.
Yeah. You gotta
Where were you? You weren't in the chat. I didn't see you. We gotta start checking people, Shar.
Shar.
We gotta shake them down.
Pull it up. Me and King were pulling up on the friends, but we're pulling up friends like, yo, because we know what it is, you know what I'm saying? Just not to be listened to, it, just trying to fight to be heard. And then, you know, a lot of the politics behind the game, you know, it was really frustrating. You know, people I thought we had a lot in common with, you know, you send them an invite, they leave your joint red, they'll respond, and you're like, oh, like they Hollywooded me.
Wow.
It was really tough. And shout out to Addict though, because I remember having real conversations with him and just like, look, you know, he would come to me like, look, you know, not having much success. How you feeling about it? And I was like, yo, I still enjoy doing it. And then we kind of made the switch. He was like, look, you host it. He's like, people like you really do, And then I kind of started off with, trying to introducing and all that. Let's do a little things that get my personality, get more comfortable. And fun story, I'll tell you this one, you appreciate it, because Rev is the homie. So Rev at one time was like our biggest guest ever. I was like, I always got love for Rev. Like, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, he ain't had no business being on our little podcast back then. You know what I'm saying? So, and he didn't treat us any different. So I never forget, Rev, I would tell us, I never told this to him publicly, but so he comes on, phenomenal time. He gave me my dap. He was like, bro, you a great host. Like, that was the cosign for me. Like, I was like, Rev said, like, yo, I love Rev, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing. So what ends up happening is, in the chat, the comments was like, yo, Rev, you the homie, but that dude doing the intros is corny. Don't ever go back on Iron Lords.
Man.
I was like, yo, that's the first comment that almost broke me. I almost was like, yo, I ain't gonna do intros no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I was in my feelings. I never told this story. So I was like, all right. And then I was like, nah, fam, you gotta do that. Like, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Like, I ain't gonna let that get to me. And then I just started being extra with it, like introducing, and you know what I'm saying? Like I basically, it's like a play on, like, if you grew up in the 90s with the Chicago Bulls, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like, and now the starting guard, like, I was in that type of bag. So I would just add my own little flavor to it, and it got more and more and more, and then it got popular. So it was always fun to look back at it now and think at one point I wasn't gonna do that anymore. But yeah, it's been a fun journey, and then obviously the site, and then just keep on pushing, and people taking to us, and just try to bring people together. Look, we all got our preferences, we all got our favorites. We get it, but at the same time, it's like this. What we see with gaming is not that serious. Like, from where I'm from, the gamers used to get kind of picked on and clowned. You know what I mean? So for me, if I saw another gamer, I'm like, yo, you my brother, you my sister, we gotta be together. Like, I don't understand this. Oh, you Xbot and you Pony, and I'm not rocking with you. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, from where I'm from, like, the gamers stuck together. So we always gonna bring that brotherhood to it. And that's pretty much most of the story.
That's awesome. That's a cool story.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, Rev, he's been on our show as well, and he's always been a great guy. Like, he's always supported me, and he's like, oh yeah, say when, I'll be there. And we're, a small podcast, but he shows the love like that. And I could see how, how it is. They say it all the time, like, you can get a bunch of positive comments, right? But that one negative one, that's the one that stands out. I'm just so happy you pushed through it, right? Because imagine if you listened. Imagine if you were like, nah, I'm not going to do it no more. Dude, that's become such a staple to your podcast. I mean, I had to do it here, just to kind of imitate it. It's like, it's so, and I loved it as being a guest on your podcast. And when you guys came with the intro for me and you said it for me, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, man.
Because you know what it is? I appreciate it. Because what it is we want to celebrate people. I think a lot of times, even with other people, other content creators sometimes have an ego. Like, and if you're doing your thing, like, we want to celebrate it, especially with developers and stuff like that, because as gamers, sometimes we act like we know everything. You know what I mean? We be like, yo, I don't know how the game broke like this. And, like, sometimes we be extra, right? So it's like, when you hear the stories from the teams and the people who make their games, and you're like, yo, I really went through this, and I didn't know about that. So it's like, for us, it's more about celebrating the content creator, celebrating the developer, you know what I'm saying, so they can get their shine, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. Because let's be real, Twitter be rough out here. Like, they be wild disrespectful out here.
That's true. Yeah. I've been meaning to tell you this whenever I had you as a guest here, that you low-key and high-key actually influenced me to do the same here, because whenever we have guests on, especially if it's their first time, I want to get to know them, understand, why they got into content. That's always super interesting to me, and I know for Shar too. So we ask questions about that, and it's so good to give the spotlight to them, because they took the time out of their day to come on your podcast, and be there and be gracious, and so the least we could do is just put the spotlight on them a little bit, So I'm totally with that. That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And then
I like how you
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I just like how, when you go against the grain, and some things that you do may not necessarily resonate with people, but it's almost like, because I go back with like producers, music producers, like the Neptunes, people like that, where they try something, or even like Wu-Tang, they try something new and people don't feel it, but it ends up being, you end up leading or they led the music front because they did something that somebody else wasn't willing to do, and it kind of made them stand out. And I think that's how you guys are, like with the introductions and stuff. People were like, I don't like that, but then it became a staple to your podcast. You know what I'm saying? I really like that, and I I appreciate it when people are willing to take a risk like that, to do something a little bit different, but also be themselves, and they know themselves. I like when people, don't necessarily want to go with the grain and just want to be themselves and create great content how they want to create it. So I appreciate that story that you told, because that means a lot to me personally, and encourages me to kind of do my own thing too. So
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, thank you. First of all, thank you for that. And then second is just like, I'm from an era where it's like trying to establish and get your own originality so that you don't sound like someone else, right? Like you said, you talk about back in the day, music. So you talking about Neptune, like Neptunes didn't sound like Premier. Premier didn't sound like RZA. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we from that culture where it's like originality was very, very important. So you have that distinct thing. And like you said, just being honest with yourself, most thing, you know what it is? People ain't having fun no more. I noticed. Like everyone is like I remember back, like I put up on like yo, I'm playing a game, right? Oh, that game is trash. Why are you still playing that game? I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
what's going on here? Like it's
Yeah.
just wow. Like I miss the days where like I feel like people are not enjoying games. They more quick to shoot something down and all that. And it's just like, look, this is games, yo. We supposed to be having fun out here, kind of thing. And that's just the type of time I'm on. So
That is so true.
Yeah.
Man, you're speaking to my heart right now. Because that's
I
like,
was about to say, that's like my philosophy out here is just fucking play
Yeah.
your games and have fun.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Man,
that's what they're
why
meant to
is
do.
it
That's
so
what the
hard?
game's for.
I don't get why it's so freaking hard for people to do that. I don't know.
yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. Like Shar and I, we'll tease each other. Like I tease Shar sometimes, like, oh, that game's trash. But we know between us that's just a joke. Like we just enjoy what we play, and it makes a good dynamic here because Shar likes a lot of different games than I do, and so I get some insight on this other world of gaming that maybe I'm not into, and then it opens my mind a little bit, and we kind of just share the love of gaming. I mean, like you said, we were all that was kind of nerdy back in the day. That was kind of like an outcast kind of thing. Nobody really, at least as a girl growing up, I mean, no other girls really liked a lot of games. I was kind of alone on that, So now as an adult, we have all this access to people who are just like us, right? And yet we're fighting with each other about what nerdy game is against this other nerdy game. We're all nerds, right? It's crazy. Yeah.
You said it best.
It's wild. It's wild. But
crazy. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, but it's awesome to have you here. I hope you enjoy your time here. We're going to get into some topics, but also we want to say hello to Audible, second-time guest, recurring guest. Like I said earlier, he did create the music for the podcast. And so I was just wondering if you want to give any kind of insight about what went into the song and what kind of inspired the song for it, and just to share, because I liked hearing about it, so I want the audience to hear about it as well.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, I was super stoked that you asked me to do that, and I remember you asking me I want it to be kind of game oriented, and I want there to be some game references in it. And I thought about it, and I was like, man, at first I wanted to go and get some sound effects from Mario, collecting coins, or Sonic collecting rings, stuff like that, and put it in the song. And then I was thinking, man, they make it copyright.
It's Nintendo.
True.
Yeah.
It might get hit. So I was like, okay, so I can't do that. And so if you notice when you hear the song, there's parts of the song that I mimicked there being some kind of level up sound, or a coin being grabbed or something like that. It's in the melody. So I kind of integrated little stuff like that. I created the sound and put it in there. And then as I came up with the melody, I was thinking about Shar when they play RPGs and stuff. And I'm like,
what?
because Listen, because
Okay.
what came to mind was you playing I don't know what RPG it was. I think it was maybe Dragon Quest or something. But I just had this vision of you playing RPGs, and I'm thinking, okay, what can I, in like a 16-bit like thing. So I'm thinking, okay, what kind of melody can I make that kind of mimics that, but I can't make it old school. I got to make it modern. So I put a modern twist on an older sounding RPG-ish melody and put it together, and that's how I came up with it. And I almost named it Char's theme after like no, it's crazy. But my mind, that's how my mind works when I make music. It's like I think of it, just comes to me. And so I almost named it that, but I was like, well, that'd be weird. So let me just name it the Backlog theme. And then but that's how it came about, is like I thought about your Twitch stream and just the visual of you playing an RPG, a JRPG, and I thought, okay, what would that sound like if I could create my own RPG melody? What would it be? And so that's how I kind of molded the melody. And then I wrote the melody down, I put the melody down, and then I put a beat to it, and I mixed and mastered it. Matter of fact, my wife is like, she was like, what are you listening? Because I was listening to it over and over and over, like loop to loop to loop to loop to loop.
Yeah.
And if you're in music, like if you're in music, you kind of do, well, I do, but
yeah,
you kind of tend to like listen to it over and over again. My theory is if I can't listen to it at least like 100 times, and if it gets on my nerves or if it gets like old, then it's a flop. But if I can listen to it like over and over again and it doesn't get old or never gets old, then it's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm I judge myself a lot. I'm a big critique of myself, and if I can stand it, then I feel like it's good enough to put out. Then I mastered it. I put it in. I listened to it with headphones, with earbuds, and
like different
stereos,
speakers and stuff.
Yeah.
That's
I put it in the car, I went driving, came back.
Damn. You went in. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's up. I like that.
Because think about it. If you listen to the podcast, like say if I'm on a trip and I'm listening to the podcast and the song comes on, it sounds trash in the car, you know what I'm saying? So I make sure I play it through different mediums so that it sounds good on everything. And then once I nailed all that down, that's when I send the track. So
holy
that's
shit,
kind of how
Erica,
it went.
did we pay this man enough? What the fuck?
I mean, I tried, you know.
What the hell, dude?
Ridiculous.
That's cool though, because you
crazy.
were like getting all the different scenarios. Somebody in the car, someone on their phone, someone with the earbuds, with the headphones. Like, dude, I feel like that's normal. I feel like, because I sometimes do that with my videos. I know that's gonna sound really geeky or whatever, but just to make sure the audio levels are like good and like, oh, do I peak at all? Do I sound good on the phone? Am I too low? Am I too high? So I would definitely do that if I was making music. So I'm with you on that. That's cool.
True.
Yeah.
Dude, that's really cool though, because when Erica sent it to me, and then like I listened to it, and we both listened to it. Like one of the first things we mentioned about the track was like, man, it sounds like I'm in like an RPG town or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
So that's like it seriously sounds like that. So it was like really cool to hear you say that.
Yeah.
Appreciate
It definitely came across.
It honestly, like, we're giving Char a lot of attention now. It's Char's theme.
Oh, that's love. He's doing his thing.
It reminds
Just
me
rename
of
it.
Char. I listen to it and I think of
Dude.
Char.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
And it's funny because he was gonna name it initially.
I know.
Char's theme.
Yeah.
It's just
That's
my
what's
theme
up.
now. This is my podcast. Erica.
Oh, there it is.
welcome.
man. Hey.
Ray, you off the backlog.
I did the intros.
Welcome
You take it away.
to my podcast.
Might as
So name it
well.
that. You're open to name it that, but I feel like to be fair.
Oh
Yeah.
man, just
Well, no, this just means if this is my theme, that means we need to commission for Erica's theme, which is it's got to be like
Maybe,
some rock
yeah.
theme or something.
maybe mine's
that's a good-
next.
that's a-
Yeah, go by the seasons
Yeah.
or something. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Awesome.
That's
Wow.
so cool.
So Audible and Cog here,
like it.
man. Loving
Yeah.
it. So let's get into some. What should we get into first? We want to talk Twitch or we want to talk E3? Shar, decide. What we doing?
I don't know. I've got both tabs open. I got all the tabs open.
What's more juicy? I guess the Twitch stuff?
Sure.
Yeah,
Let's
how
get
about
into
Twitch? Yeah.
stuff.
We're going to Twitch. Okay.
I feel like this is gonna be the longer of the two topics.
All right,
Anyways.
here we go.
All right.
Start rubbing the hammer.
Let's get in there.
Where do we start, Shar? You got the article. You want to say or let everyone know like, what's going on exactly?
All right, I'll just read the freaking title of this article I have up in front of me. It says, Amaranth, Indie Fox, and more streamers got banned on Twitch for controversial ASMR streams. This is nothing new. I mean, the people getting banned is not new. But, yeah, so I didn't see any of it with my own eyes. But apparently there were some questionable ASMR streams happening on Twitch. Because, like, when isn't there something questionable happening on Twitch? But this time they decided to dole out some bans. And two of the bigger streamers, Amaranth and Indie Fox, got bans, which I thought was funny because one of the, not this one I'm reading right now, but one of the articles I saw said that it was Amaranth's 4th time being banned or something, and then Indie Fox's 5th ban or something. So they haven't, I don't know how long they've each been banned at any one time, but it doesn't seem like they're going to be banned for long. But anyways, so Erica, I don't,
how many
you kind of saw what was happening.
Right.
Like on the screen, not like the situation, but like what they were doing. You know?
Yeah, I did check out Amaranth a little bit before she was banned. I did not see it live because there's that horse clip going around. I didn't see that one, but I just saw her, doing some quote unquote ASMR. And if for those out there who don't really know what ASMR is, I forget what exactly the acronyms are for, but it's like it's meant to.
I don't remember.
It's like meant to relax you. I use ASMR to fall asleep sometimes. I used to be a junkie. I used to do it like all the time, every night before bed. Now it's like kind of here and there. It's to relax you, to help you study. It could be in the form of like scratching, clicking, talking, whispering, talking softly and things like that.
Nintendo 64 clicking sounds.
Yeah. So they used that category to go on Twitch. And Amaranth, when I saw her, she had the double-eared microphone. There's like ears on the side of them. With microphones in there, and she was pretty much licking the ears, sucking the ears, being very suggestive with it. The angles of the camera, I mean, she knew what she was doing. She was trying to kind of suggest she was doing something else, and it was wild. I believe it was Indie Fox who had sub goals of like, if you guys give me this many subs, I will do eye contact. So you already know what's going down. You got these angles. I think she even had 2 cameras. She had one on her full body. This was Indie Fox. And then she had another camera that was just on her face. So if you got her to that goal or did a certain amount of subs or whatever, she would look into the camera and do eye contact as she was doing her thing on these ears, right? So yeah, I saw it and I was like, okay. We talked about the hot tub thing, right? That was a few episodes ago. We all kind of agreed, I believe, at the time that, listen, that's whatever. They're kind of just in the hot tub. This is like really suggestive. So it's more of like, okay, when are we going to draw the line? And now they've been banned, but you just said they've been banned 5 times, 4 times. It's like, when is it enough? So obviously the conversation is like, is Twitch just ruined now? What's going on? The metas, they change all the time. Is it hurting us who just want a game? So we can discuss that, I guess, and just kind of, because Audible streams on Twitch. Cog, do you ever live stream on Twitch? Or no?
Actually, I don't. Attic is the one that's kind of pushing that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We're still trying to get our feet wet with Twitch, but
yeah,
it's a good subject. It's a good subject because at first I didn't know what you were talking about, right? When you first brought to my attention. And then I remember seeing this clip going around, and it was on my timeline, and it was a chick with a horse head and then the microphone. And I was looking at what she was wearing, and I was looking at the action she was doing. And I'm like, and then whoever was on my timeline had like the perfect tweet. They quote tweeted it, and it was kind of like, there's no way my gaming content is gonna beat this.
Oh, I seen that
That's
tweet.
true.
Yeah, I seen that
Yeah,
tweet.
and I was like,
True.
yo, he right. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I think at the end of the day, it still falls with Twitch because it's like we talked about this gray area, right? The line is really hasn't been drawn. There's certain things that they completely allow, then they ban people, then they bring them back. So there's to me still no cut and dry as far as what is acceptable kind of thing. But it's like I just feel for like the content creator because at the end of the day, the person who just wants to talk games, who just wants to, bring people to his audience or her audience, it's like how are you competing with that? Because a ton of thirsty individuals are going to go to these platforms to ask for eye contact, to ask for the hot tub, to ask for all this extra stuff, and then it's like, what are we really doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that to me is just like, look, I'm always about expression, but at the end of the day, it's like Twitch gotta get in front of it and have a very clear and concise do's and don'ts and what's acceptable and not. And I'm with y'all. I mean, the hot tub stuff, I saw that initially. I was just like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't losing sleep over that. You know what I'm saying? But this joint, especially the things that I saw in the clothing that was worn, I was like, yo, I know certain individuals' thirst level is going to be crazy for this type of content. So are y'all doing Twitch? Or y'all doing OnlyFans? What we doing? that to me was how I looked at it. But what y'all think?
Audible, what you thinking?
Yeah.
Well, first I looked up the definition of ASMR because I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't know the
Thank you, by the way.
acronym either, and it's called autonomous sensory meridian response.
That's what it is.
And the definition is it's a relaxing, often sedative sensation that brings on the scalp, that begins on the scalp and moves down the body, also known as brain massage. It's triggered by placid sights and sounds such as whispers, accents, and crackles.
Yeah.
So it's all auditory.
Tingles.
Now, where the visual part comes in, I don't know about that. But when I saw the video, when I saw the little clip, I busted out laughing. I'm sorry. It was funny. It was funny to me. I don't know why.
It was just weird.
Horse did look hilarious.
And then she looked at the camera. I was crying. I was crying. I laughed. I mean, it wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. I think with stuff like that, it comes down to like Cog said, the staff at Twitch, and I don't know how they monitor stuff like that. Like I don't. Apparently, they do have a staff there, but I don't know if some of that stuff is automated as far as like bots and stuff. And I don't know if certain amount of, like, if you get banned, I don't know if it's because there's a certain amount of people reporting it and the bots catching it, and then that's an automatic ban. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if somebody's actually reviewing that content and banning based off of what they've seen after the review. So I guess they have to put more defined definitions, not only in the terms of service, but also in the bots, so that the bots can know or be more accurate on how they ban and who they ban. But I guess you never can really do that if there's so many, it's such a big gray area. I think maybe they need to have a system to where, like a 3-strike system, that if you get banned 3 times, you're permanently banned on the 3rd time, maybe. But I'm not sure how to go about fixing it unless they hire more employees at Twitch to compensate for the amount of streamers that are out there streaming. And then I saw people defend it, talking about, well, what about all the racist streamers and stuff like that, which is a problem. But at the same time, you can't use racism to defend something that's wrong too. You know what I'm saying?
It's like they're both wrong.
Weird.
Yeah, they both gotta go.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. What aboutism? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a clear answer for that, but at the same time,
Yeah.
they don't need to just, okay, you're good, like after 3 days. Because I'm sure that's not a bot. I'm sure there's somebody proving it.
Because I know Twitch has rules, right? There is a set of rules that some of them can be, I guess, exploited, for lack of a better word. Like, for example, there is one that says they cannot point the camera at like body parts. So like the buttocks, the boobs, you know, stuff like that. So I think my theory of why they were actually banned was because the cameras were angling in a way where it's like, you do see her butt kind of pointing at the camera and stuff. So I think that's why, but let's say it's not. Let's say her bottom isn't in the shot. Does she stay? You know what I mean? So it's still like not cut and dry, like Cog, you're saying. It's like there's a room for like a gray area. It's not black or white kind of thing. And these girls, I bet you they read these rules and they're like, you know what? Well, it says I can't do this, but okay, that means I can do this other thing then. And they kind of like improvise and like work around it. So yeah, it's kind of one of those things. Even with the hot tub thing, it was the same thing. They had just enough clothes on, and because they were in a hot tub, it was okay. Even though if she was laying on a bed, it would look like she was in underwear. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's really hard. I think, and Twitch, you can only blame them for setting it up that way, because I mean, these girls, they're doing their thing, and then you got the thirsty guys in the chat throwing money at it, and it's like, now what? Now it opens the gates. Now here comes everyone, and they just start going. So it's like, damn, what do they do? You know, I don't know how they can get out of it now. It's kind of crazy.
It's a low-key strip club for kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
I mean,
yeah, I mean,
it's so weird.
You got to be 13, Shar, to be on Twitch? Is it 13?
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
I think it's 13 to have an account.
It's too fucking young. But like, how are you gonna? We talked about this last time. You can't confirm or deny. You can't confirm that.
Right.
It's short of like getting people to show you ID or something. You know, it's not a club. Can't do that.
Yeah.
So, I was just gonna say that like, I think Twitch is running into the thing that YouTube's got going on right now, where it's like they've got to choose between automated bots to like look over their content, or they need, you know, a better like report system or something, or I don't know what they have to do, but some more humans need to be involved in like looking at the content and what's happening. I think the reason that these two got banned this time again is probably because they were, you know, they're the higher tier ones. Like they're just easier to see. Like the staff is going to see it, you know,
right? And
the staff has to make a decision. They're like, well, do we want to do this to keep going right now, or do we give them like a slap on the wrist for a second, right? So it's that kind of a thing. But you know, they're not going to stay banned because they're like bringing in all this money to Twitch, and it's just like fucking corporations gonna do corporation things, and it's just it's fucking annoying for all us smaller people. But it's how it is, and it's annoying. But
it's
tough. Gotta do it.
That makes me think that if and I don't know how the media took the hot tub thing. I didn't really get into that, but if it became under fire with the general media or mainstream media, I bet that they would find a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like you said, they're getting it brings views. I mean, they know it brings views, it brings money. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to really act on it like that, like they would like the DMCAs, where you know the media companies are going after, you know, streamers and stuff, which affects their bottom line as well, the Twitch's bottom line. So of course they're going to be meticulous about, you know, DMCAs, even if it's not even a real copyright claim.
Yeah.
You know, they're really strict and accurate with those. Well, I guess not accurate, but they're really meticulous about those. So they can find a way. There is a way. I'm sure that they can find out how. It's just that they're not under pressure for that. So, you know, of course they can just play to appease the Twitch, you know, community. They just ban them, but then, you know, they're going to be right back, and then they get more money until they get banned again.
Yeah.
You know, so
let me get these.
Corporations gonna cooperate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're not wrong. Let me get these super chats from couple viewers here. Hustle and Motivate. Shout out to Hustle. He says, I love this energy right now. I'm smiling from ear to ear. Thank you, Hustle. Appreciate it. I'm smiling too. I've been smiling the whole time. Hannibal, the Dina stan. He says, I need that Dina ASMR stream. He's talking about Dina from Last of Us 2. His love. Shout out to Hannibal. He loves that girl. Can I just say though, when it comes to the ASMR, because Shar, you watch ASMR. I don't know, Audible. I think
Yes,
you
ma'am.
do. Maybe not.
Yeah, from time to time, yeah.
And
When I need
Cog,
to
I don't
relax.
know if you do Cog, but
He's like, this is the first I've heard of any of this.
yeah,
Do it all in.
it could seem weird to the outsiders. My husband does
Oh, yeah.
not get it, but
Yeah.
just as an ASMR fan and listener, that was some terrible ASMR. Okay, the horse
was it?
clip. Yes,
No.
I felt
Of course
nothing.
it was. She wasn't trying.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of listened to it with like, okay, let me hear it for like what it is. Is this actually ASMR? Did nothing to me. So it is what it is. You know, it wasn't good. It could at least be, if you're gonna do it like that, at least make it good ASMR. Come on, man. I'm trying to fall asleep.
That is the guise of of ASMR. They're just using that to do some weird stuff.
Right. Exactly.
Sometimes,
good-
yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
There's
I
some
mean,
good.
I was just
Go
gonna
ahead.
say she was going in on that mic, with the horse head just
Oh, yeah,
bop, 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 like hitting that, and it's just like, what is
She was loose. She was loose. Yeah.
Yeah.
loose?
But when she looked at the camera, I lost it, bro.
Yeah. I was like, damn.
Oh, when she turns her head real quick.
Quick head to it. Yeah.
It is
Oh,
pretty
man.
funny. It is pretty funny. Yeah, no tingles at all. Facts. Story in the chat says. But yeah, other than that, I don't know if you guys want to add one more last thought or something. I think we kind of said enough. Twitch needs to figure it out. Like they got to do something to kind of. But I really don't know what. I really don't know.
Yeah.
I think Audible said it, but it's like there's be honest, it's hard to manage all these different channels, but so a lot of this is going to be this automated algorithm kind of a thing. But I think it then comes down to more human employees actually scouring and looking for content to assist with that, because clearly these chicks or dudes are going to be utilizing, trying to bend their get gray area to see what they can get away with and push the envelope, and that's where I think they're just trying to abuse the automated system, right? So that they can continue to do what they got to do, and that's where they kind of have to put their foot down with human. But to Auto's point again, the issue is going to be how hard are they going to come down it, because again, this is a business. And these are top streamers, and there's a lot of revenue and a lot of viewership. So again, that's going to be on them to be like, how sincere is this cracking down going to be with that kind of thing? It's especially if it's your top draws on Twitch. That's my question. I want to see how they handle it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
Sure.
thing they got to figure out, because they're gonna want to make their money. Like you said, corporations gonna be corporations, do their thing. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how long they're banned. It might just be for the weekend. And they'll be back most likely. If they've been banned multiple times, I mean, they're not clearly not learning their lesson and pushing the envelope, I guess. So yeah, that was.
Oh,
what?
before we get off this topic though,
What's up?
so I saw that Amaranth has like an OnlyFans or whatever,
Oh yeah.
right? So she's got an OnlyFans. This is not her only way of making money, is on Twitch. In lesser words, OnlyFans is going to expand and become more like family friendly in the future.
I heard about that.
Really?
Yeah. I heard about that. So what the hell? Like,
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I haven't done my research, but one of my friends was just like, so they're taking the sexy out of OnlyFans? And I was like, what the fuck?
So you go that route, right? Clearly having like porn and stuff on there, and now they're gonna pull it back?
I don't know. You guys will have to do your own research on that, but I just thought it was interesting and funny that like if Amaranth gets like permabanned on Twitch and then OnlyFans goes like more family friendly, I'm like, she's like done, man.
She's stressed. She's stressing right now.
So it's the whole thing is going to be family friendly, or are they going to have a family friendly section?
Maybe sections.
I'm unsure, but somebody made a comparison of what they did to like Tumblr, which was like Tumblr was like a free for all, and then they like cracked the fuck down. I have no idea if that's what's happening with OnlyFans, but that's what somebody made it sound like to me.
Gotcha.
So I'm just saying like third hand, like
Yeah, third hand. I got you. That would be interesting.
But yeah,
I did see something about that. Yeah, that they were gonna pull it back, like in terms of like the pornography stuff. Like they're gonna. I can't remember how they worded it, but yeah, that's I guess what's happening. Wow. Well, I guess we'll.
Hannibal says
see.
OnlyFans owner being investigated. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Oh yeah, we
We'll
don't
see.
know that for sure.
We don't know any of this, but anyways, just thought I'd throw that in.
Time will
because it's
tell. I mean,
interesting.
it definitely adds something to this discussion. Yeah, just to look out for,
Yeah,
I
for
guess.
sure.
Yeah, I guess we'll see
Yeah.
how it plays out. Wow,
Definitely.
crazy.
Anyways, moving on.
Moving on. Let's get this super chat from Gaming Addict. Shout out to Addict. I think
Shout out to Addict.
it says, I think Twitch always trying to be political, to be honest. Definitely hit that like button, guys. Thank you, Addict. Appreciate it. Appreciate you.
Salute.
Shout out to Addict.
The young wolf.
Yeah, the young wolf.
Got to get him on the backlog, Eric.
He's on the list. I have a list. Trust me, I'm working through it.
Get my homie on. Get my homie on.
I love the whole theme you guys got with the podcast. Is I know that it kind of started with the Destiny stuff, but I'm like a Game of Thrones fan, and I actually started watching them again.
It was
So I feel like it's like
timing.
perfect. Yeah. Kind of like the whole bend the knee. You made all these catchphrases and stuff.
Yup.
I like that stuff. That's
Yup.
cool. Yeah, I was thinking about it
have to
earlier.
admit.
I was watching.
Yeah, I have to admit, when we started, it was a combination of Destiny having the Rise of Iron DLC about to launch, right? So we had all this night stuff, and then Game of Thrones was popping right at the same time. So it was like a perfect storm. Everything became Lord this, Lady that, bend the knee. Then we just took that whole thing and ran with it. Yeah, that's a fact, Erica. You caught
That's
that.
cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Is it y'all's guild name on Destiny? Iron Lords?
Mm-hmm. Iron Lords podcast, yeah.
Okay.
Facts.
Nice.
And Addict to the he said he gonna kill me. Because I remember one time I was getting into it, I was like, came up with the name. Was it you? Was it me? I was like, it was me. He was like, nah, you're being pulled out the receipts. Like, if I ever went to court, Addict would have ownership of Iron Lord podcast. Because he was like, nah, fam. I said, I got the. He pulled out the Facebook message. Me and him went back for like 2017.
Oh,
He's like,
God.
nah, you see, Cog, right here, line 15. I said we should name it. I was like, yo, he right.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
Shout out to Addict, man.
Me and
You
Shar,
don't get enough credit.
me and Shar do that sometimes, not to prove who's right about something, but more of like, hey, when did we talk about this certain thing, or when did we do
Right.
this? And we have to like look back, like to find a date or something. So yeah, we've been there before. That's too funny.
By the way, Backlog, all my idea.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
ready. She ready.
Yeah, Shar did come up
You
with
better
the
lawyer
backup.
up, Eric.
Hey man, Shar
I
got
will
look,
find that Discord chat.
look,
find
Shar got
You
the
already claiming
song.
themes since I've been here.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm telling you, you better lawyer up.
That's
You
two
better get your
things.
copyrights and trademarks.
Oh man, I'm waiting for the
out.
next one. Shoot. But no, I love how seeing how other podcasts kind of like go through like similar things, or like, it's so cool. Let's talk about E3, you guys. I don't want to spend like time on every single show because we've talked about it. I know Cog has talked about it. Me and Audible, we've been talking about it in the Discord. Like, we've talked about E3 so much. And Shar, I don't know how much you've seen, but I want to talk about like
I saw what I need to see.
All right. That's what I like to hear. So let's talk about what we really are like excited about, or what was the best parts that we've seen. What games or what announcements? Shar, you want to start?
Favorite announcements. Well, I'm looking forward to Monster Hunter Stories 2, but that's coming out in like 2 weeks. But I'm still excited for it. Shin Megami Tensei 5 looked kind of fire. Only kind of fire. Of course it looks fire. It's fucking Shin Megami Tensei. Although I've never played a Shin Megami Tensei game, so I'm interested to see how that's gonna go. Sorry, if I'm looking over here, it's because I have a list of stuff. Rune Factory 5 looked interesting to me. I never finished Rune Factory 4. I have it on DS, but I never finished it. What else was there? There was a couple more. Shoot. I mean, Elden Ring, obviously.
Oh yeah, that looks.
Oh, obviously.
What do you mean, obviously? Every
Obviously.
fucking single person watching E3 saw that.
No, we're
fucking
talking
trailer.
about
Are
you,
kidding me?
Shar. We're talking about, so obviously for you,
Oh, well, of
it's
course
amazing?
I saw. Of course I saw it. It's fucking, yes. It's freaking
Alright.
From Software. Nothing gets past me with, like, nothing gets past the internet from Software. Nothing.
I'm
Literally.
just trying to hear it from you to me. I'm just trying to hear it right
my
now.
God.
Are
What
you
do you wanna
excited?
hear?
Are you excited
What am
for Elden Ring?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Write it down.
Write it down.
Timestamp.
Documented.
This
Timestamp.
day of our Lord 2021. Okay.
The day of our Lord.
Yeah.
Bring out the skull.
There's some games that I'm like interested in, but I'm more interested in like watching people play it. Stuff like Ghost Runner or like Sable. Although Sable looks really good, I want to play that. What's that game? Oh my god, what is that game from? My favorite people. What is it called? Now I'm a fake fan. I have no idea what it's called. Shoot! I'll find it someday. It's the people who did Hyperlight Drifter. What's the name of their new? Oh, Solar Ash.
Oh yeah, that game looks awesome.
Yeah, that game looks so good. Obviously, I want to play that. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for some stuff. We got some stuff in there. Oh, Tales of Arise, obviously. Tales of Arise on Fire.
I saw that. I think during my live like reaction, I was like, "Oh, that's Char's game right there. That's for sure."
Of course it is. It's fucking Tales of game. Why wouldn't I play it? Come on.
Yeah. Let me get these super chats before we get the lords over here. Their opinions. Melodic Mellow, aka Mellow. He says Metroid's story is finally getting a conclusion. Also, Halo. So he's excited.
Yes.
Excited about Halo. I'm sure we're gonna talk about that. Gaming Forte. Shout out to you. This is huge.
Oh, the homie.
The homie.
Oh, shit.
Huge shout out to the queens of podcasting. Okay, love
that's too lofty of a. I don't accept that. Thank you.
It says, love the work you and Char do. Plus, is that my best friend, the gaming ninja? Love you guys, even Audible. Oh, why are you gonna say it like that?
Backhand Audible.
Whoa.
Shots
At
fired.
least I'm included. So, I'll take that. I'll take that.
It's like, love you guys.
Appreciate
Also,
that, Forte.
hi Audible.
Also,
Even Audible.
yeah.
Even worse, man. Shout out to DPS podcast too. So
Yeah, they're we're getting them on too as well at some point.
dope,
Yeah, Forte and Slow Mo. Halo, right? Audible. You want to talk about Halo? What did you like about E3? Halo and what else? Tell us.
I kind of wish they would have done, because I watched the Halo multiplayer overview, and I wish they would have included that in E3. But Halo, man, I'm so stoked.
Let's go.
I'm so stoked, bro. Like this is my dream. Okay, let me tell you my dream. This has nothing to do with E3, but I wish that all our podcasts, all our community can get together, and we can have squads of podcasts, maybe four people a podcast or something. I don't know. Just everybody, the community, get together in one game and just play Halo. I want that feeling I want the LAN party feeling again. Like, I want a big group of people that we know, you know, and just play Halo. That's what I wish. And then the customization, you can just customize how you want it. And when you play the multiplayer, you keep everything that you put on your Spartan, even down to the color. You know, now you will be outlined with red or blue depending on who you are, I guess. But you get to keep your specializations, you get to keep your customization. The weapons look dope. The new abilities, the new power-ups look dope. The maps look insane, like very detailed. Just everything looks so intricate and clean. I love that they updated the game. I love what they've done since they've done the Craig the Craig demo. I love how clean it looked. And somebody did a comparison picture, and I don't know where it is, but somebody did a comparison between the AR from the demo and the AR from and it looks night and day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then the story. And I need to go look at the story again as well. But man, I want to know what happened to Cortana. I want to know. I want to know so much, and it even made me want to read the books just to prepare myself for the story. I don't know. Like the demo kind of made me go, this it's looking a little shaky. But this E3 presentation of Halo really got me hyped. Like I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm getting at first I wasn't on the console crowd as far as getting a Series S, but I'm getting one now.
Ooh,
because I want to be able just to boot up and play. You know, I want it just to be just clean game. Like I don't know. Like it's I wish they would have I kind of wish they would have spent more time on Halo, parading Master Chief around the conference and everything. But at the end of the day, man, like my enthusiasm for Halo, it seems to have returned. I've been playing Call of Duty for I don't know how long. I've been playing
Ew.
Gears and stuff like that.
Ew.
It's time to get back to Halo.
She said
I know, right?
you.
Listen,
We need some new games. I'm with you.
Listen,
I'm with you, Audible.
we need something new. We need
Facts.
something new. And like I'm with you, because I'm ready. I'm ready for some new gameplay, like some new games, something
Yeah.
that's out of the box, something different. And they made a point during the overview to say that we've taken the older Halos and we wanted to be able to cater to people who played the older Halos. Like we wanted to feel like an older Halo but modern. We wanted to feel like reminiscent, nostalgic. And that's what meant a lot to me. They've spent so much time hammering that down. Like they wanted it to feel like the players were home. And I mean, I just can't wait. I can't wait, man.
Yeah.
That's
Like
cool.
I'm thinking about going to the Halo Waypoint and looking at blogs now.
Oh,
But hey,
shit.
Like
that's
I'm
You
my
going
life.
in.
for it.
Look up all the
Good, I love
lore,
it.
get the books, do the
Yep.
the breakdowns. You know how people do breakdowns of like all the trailers and stuff, catching all the little things in there. Yeah. Even as somebody like who doesn't play a lot of Halo, you guys know I don't. Like that was a good way of showing the game. Like I thought it was hype. There was a couple of moments in that gameplay like it was sick. I liked it. So I'm excited for you guys. I'm glad you guys are happy.
And it's free.
Yeah,
That's
free,
huge.
free multiplayer.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
That's a
ain't nobody,
huge deal.
the smoke is free.
No excuses. That's true. There's no excuses. Yeah.
And it brings
Smoke
people
also
together, yeah.
free.
That's so
you got that. The
true.
Game Pass aspect is huge.
Mhm.
It's huge.
Yeah, Game Pass probably for the campaign, right? I mean, you can play campaign on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Game Pass was clutch definitely during this whole
Yeah, for sure.
thing. Let's get this super chat. Couple super chats. Worrywart, shout out to you. Says Cortana was banned from Twitch for the hot tub streams. Damn.
He lose.
That's where she's been. Crazy.
Yep.
Melodic says also just want to say play the Split Gate demo July 1st. Okay. I think he liked it. He enjoyed it. Yeah.
What the fuck is that? I gotta
think
look
it's
that
a
up.
That looks actually looks like Halo.
It's a shooter. Yeah, first person
I
shooter.
want to try that. Yeah.
It's a shooter.
think it's
Of course it's a shooter.
Of
course.
Of course, you are.
So Cog,
Yeah.
I saw you getting
Catch me not playing
I
it.
saw you getting excited as well. So I take it you're excited for Halo.
Oh yeah. Audible. He brought all the feels. He brought all the feels with that one, man. Yeah, like you know what it is? It's like when you're a fan of something and then you see it go through like these peaks and valleys, and let's be real, like Craig, it did a lot of damage. You know what I'm saying? That last, time showing. So you didn't know what to expect for 343. And I was pulling for him. But to be honest, I didn't even expect them to kind of hit it out the park the way they did as far as, for the hardcore and the people who truly love the franchise. Because I come from that era. I'm old. I come from the LAN parties. I come from 4 TVs, people in the room. People don't realize, like, at that time, Halo was truly revolutionary because in its hey, people never thought FPS could really be done on console. It was really kind of a laughing thing. Like, how can you really pull it off? And shout out to Bungie and them for making it happen. So that's why it's always going to have that thing. But what I liked about it was 2 things. One, from the campaign standpoint, no disrespect to the dude that was in the first trailer. He was kind of like, hey, Master Chief, kind of, it was like a buddy cop vibe. Like,
that character. I forgot his name.
Yes, that
or
character.
whatever.
I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't really feeling that vibe as much. You know what I mean? So this, even though it was a small snippet, I love the Cortana vibe because to me, Halo is always that relationship with this AI. You know what I mean? And him, and then him being, the super kind of soldier and having his way. And then the thing is, finding out what's gonna go happen with Cortana. She's been deleted. She's not like. So all of that spoke to me as a combat evolve kind of guy. Like that to me is core Halo storytelling and what's going on. So I love that aspect. Obviously, I wish we would have got more, but at least we got something. But the multiplayer, that's what did it. Yeah, I lost my mind. The customization, it just felt fun. Like it just felt like something I know I'm gonna spend hours upon hours upon. And yeah, they knocked it out the park. The new abilities, the reflecting. So again, like
Mhm.
Audible said, you know, it had enough for that core people that love Halo, that is giving you Blood Gulch vibes, but it had enough new so that because it's a new generation of players that don't resonate with Halo. They're just like, okay, whatever. And what I saw was a whole new generation of people like, yo, that looked fun. And then again, like what I was saying, like free to play, like there's no excuse now. Like you can try it and see what's going on. So I think they did well with that. You know, overall with the the E3 conferences, there was a lot of indie games that caught my attention.
Mm.
There's this game called Somerville,
Ooh,
and I'm
yeah.
a big fan of like Inside and those type of
Yes.
atmospheric story.
Mhm.
So I liked it with him and the family and the little dog or whatever. Xbox had a couple of joints that I think it was called, one was like a hand painted game called Planet of Lana. It looked really,
Yes,
really
that looks
cool,
good.
really beautiful. Yeah, I love the art style. Then I got a shout out. Y'all know, Erica, you know I'm not Team Souls, but I'm never disrespectful. But
Right.
I have to admit, when I saw the Elden Ring trailer,
Mm.
I felt for you. I was like, yo,
Dude,
You felt the
this is
same,
happiness, like we had the
fire.
happiness, yeah.
same.
Yeah, I was like, this is y'all moment. Y'all waited so long to find out if this game is. And then I found obviously the George R. Martin thing. So to see everybody go crazy for that was dope. You know, and I would definitely watch to see y'all, go kill y'all stuff. See, I'm too old. I don't need enough stress in my life for them type
Aw.
games. But I recognize why those games are fire, and I recognize why y'all love them the way they do because of that challenge and that sense of accomplishment. And it looked dope to me. Like people was hating. I was like, nah, that looked fire. So I'm curious
Yeah.
about that.
Mhm.
Other little standouts was Nintendo. Obviously, I'm a big Breath of the Wild, so I wanted to see what was going on with that. A little sad I didn't get no new Switch, but that's another thing.
Yeah, that's a whole
Metroid,
thing.
yeah,
Mm. Yeah, Metroid.
Metroid was cool.
Yes.
And then last thing, Square had a couple of joints for me, okay,
Meh.
but Ubisoft, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ubisoft. I
Meh.
think the quarantine, I want to see Avatar was interesting. They keep disrespecting my Splinter Cell. I don't know what's going on with that.
That's never
Oh
coming, man.
man.
They're trolling at this point. I don't know
Yeah,
what's
it's
going
just
on.
trolling. It
Yeah.
really is bad what they doing with that franchise. But all in all, look, I'm happy E3 is back. I think Microsoft showed out. I think they had a really strong show. And yeah, I'm just hyped. I'm just hyped that it's back. And then hopefully, next year as pandemic things get better, it goes back, all the way to the physical. Because I think we still need a little bit more consolidation. Because some people I feel don't need to have a show. That's just me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was like the consensus from a lot of us.
Yes.
Like Ubisoft, yeah, and Square Enix. A lot of people thought you could have kept that to like a tweet or something, or
Yes.
So yeah, maybe if it's a little more organized, because everything's so scattered. You have all these digital events, and maybe if it was a little more concise, a little more of a tight package, it'd probably
Yes.
be better off. But yeah, I'm with you. Like I'm just glad it's back. I know a lot of people complained about this year's E3, saying it was trash and it wasn't that great. And yeah, granted, there were some low moments, but I feel like there was a lot of gems for us to be excited about. A lot of different games, no matter what you're into, there's plenty of freaking games coming. Especially next year. Next year's looking to be like wow. And even this year, like if you're on Game Pass, you're into Halo, you're
Oh,
into
yeah.
Battlefield. My gosh,
Oh,
I
speaking of
mean,
grouping up,
right?
speaking of grouping up, and everybody,
Exciting.
could you imagine renting a server and
Yes.
like every podcast
Yes.
squads up, and you got what is it, 128? Like
Yeah.
that would be fire. I love stuff like that. I think more games need to lean into that
Right.
because I want to be able to either all Halo and all Battlefield, these games that have these huge player counts, to be able to have the ability to control it so that we can all put ourselves in it. That would be fire.
That'd be
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
we talked about that not too long ago. Like just somebody or us all putting towards it. You know what I'm saying? Like all pitching towards it and then having our own server. I don't know if you have to rent it every month, but even if it's for like a night or two.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm so
Battlefield used to
down.
do that back in the day, right? Battlefield used to do that, right? Back in the day. Battlefield 4 now, you used to be able to rent the server.
Yeah.
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
they still do. I mean, you could
they still
still,
do that
yeah,
too,
you
yeah.
could still do it now. That'd be awesome. I'm so down. Like, I don't know, Shar, we can't really like do it as a podcast. It's just me and Shar. We don't have like a full squad over here.
Squad.
Nothing.
I am
We-
trash.
And Shar, I don't even know if Shar is gonna play these games. But if it's for the podcast, maybe.
I
I'll change
mean,
my service tag to Shar.
And
Yes!
right, and
That could be a service tag.
and Halo is free to play, so I mean, you know, but that'd be cool. That'd be so
Listen,
fun.
All you got to do is drive the Warhawk. I'm gonna come out with the flag. I jump in. You just take me to the other side. That's all you got.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
That's your job.
It sounds easy.
And
Sounds easy.
and I will be in the corner, dying.
You'll
That'll
be
be
in the
me. I'll just be
corner
dying
Wait,
constantly.
are we the worst squad ever? I thought you were good at these games, Erica. What the fuck?
Halo? I'm trash at
Yeah.
Halo. I'm trash.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah, I'm
Well, then
trash.
we could be trash
Oh, you-
together. Never mind.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
fine.
So who want to pick
Erica,
us up?
You would not be trash.
Yeah.
We would not allow you to be trash by the time
Alright.
the game come out. We
Alright.
gonna
And they got
practice.
the
We got you.
tutorial. They got the tutorial
Exactly.
with the bots and the
True.
thing that help y'all. Come on now, it's free to play. No
True.
excuses now.
All
They help
right.
you.
You right.
The
You
game
right.
will train you itself.
Where are the
Yes.
troubleshooters at? Y'all need to carry us. Let's go.
Yeah,
we got
group
you.
up with
Oh,
the
listen,
I see
troubleshooters.
Backlog squad up. There we go.
Oh shit! Yes.
Let's
Let's
go.
Backlog. There you go.
Let's
I'm
go.
excited.
Let's go.
Just
Hell
for
yeah.
like,
Me too.
dude, just for like the multiplayer stuff, like those games, and then also the co-op stuff. Like, there's some co-op games coming out that are kind of under the radar. There's a couple of them, and dude, I can't wait just to group up with our homies and play. Like, that's what it's all about.
Community.
Get these super chats. Gerald, shout out to Gerald. He says, "All hail the ILP." All right, all right.
Good.
And then Sin, shout out to Sin, my fellow Souls friend here.
Oh, Souls knows.
Yeah, he says, "Look, we got Salt and Sacrifice. That was another one announced, and the gameplay trailer for Elden Ring. That's really all I need. That Xbox E3 conference was just a bonus."
Oh my god, I'm trying to get on that level. I liked way too many franchises for my own good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You trying to keep it
Yeah,
simple?
Yeah, sold. Mhm.
Yeah, Sin,
How's that?
he's a big fan, big fan. So he's happy. We're all very excited, and we're all tweeting each other, "Hey, did you see this new news?" And then, you know, it's like, it's exciting. We get to like anticipate together. So I'm hype. Yeah. Anything else you guys like? Maybe other games? Anything we didn't mention? I have a few, of course, but like I want to make sure I get your guys' lists.
I'm a big Left 4 Dead, so the Back for Blood really resonated with me. Like co-op stuff always gonna resonate with me. I like that stuff. Surprisingly, I did big. Forza was looking alright. Like Forza Rise is looking like I might have to play. See now it's like, oh, it's Game Pass, so I can check it out. Like before, when there's something on the fence, I think that's what Xbox did kind of show me. Like, when there's anything that I was on the fence of in the past, I'm like, well, I ain't gonna pay 60 for that. But if it's something that now that piques my interest, I'm like, you know what? I'm willing to try it because that Game Pass deal, man, it's real nice out here man, to check these games out. But yeah, Forza really
Oh yes.
impressed me. I was very impressed with that. But yeah, absolutely, that's another one.
Forza looks amazing. I like that it's in Mexico. I think that makes it
Yes.
very different. Like just the scenery and stuff they were showing. I mean, it looked real. And they showed how they talked about the cameras they were using, those HDR like 12K or something like that. I was like, dude, that's crazy. And it's like 1-to-1 and you're like racing through it. It's like, sheesh.
Yeah, at some
Beautiful.
points I thought it was a video, and then they zoomed up and they showed the car. I was like, yo, this is
It look crazy.
Super
this is
crazy. Yeah. We've been actually trying to play Forza Horizon 4 to kind of get, you know, ready for it. It did not
hit
work.
me up. I'm
It
doing the
didn't
same. I
work.
got the hype. So I was like, let me
Really?
play 4. I didn't play 4. I played last one I played was 3.
But
So
we
I wanna play
tried though,
4.
Cog. We tried last night and it didn't
How
work.
was it?
You gotta help us.
We couldn't
Yeah.
connect. And a couple of us were on PC and a couple on Xbox, and so it was always somebody didn't connect, somebody was crashing, something. I don't know what is going on. It was troubleshoot gaming for real. We were
Troubleshoot
going through it.
Yeah.
But we're trying to get excited. You know, we're trying to get in the groove and like, you know, drive around, race and stuff, and it just couldn't work. We couldn't get it to work. I don't know what happened.
All right, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna download it. I haven't done the crossplay aspect with Horizon, so
Maybe
I'll test it out.
you could figure it out for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. Hit me up.
That'd be fun for sure. Shout out to Gerald again. He's here. He says, shout out to the Backlog podcast and panel. Thank you, Gerald. We really appreciate that. Appreciate the chat,
Gerald.
man.
No, Gerald showing love. That's what's up.
You guys are coming through. You showing up. Appreciate you guys. For me, I mean, you know, Elden Ring, Battlefield. I'm hype. Salt and Sacrifice.
You're so predictable.
I am. There's some artsy fartsy games, you know. A Cog mentioned a
Which one?
few. That Lana, what was it? Land of Lana? Or
Yeah.
that one looks
Oh,
really cool.
Yeah. There was another one. There was actually another one that I forgot to mention. It was Raji. Was it?
I don't remember that one. Do I? Which one's that
Do you
one?
remember? Do you remember that one? It's like, is it a Metroidvania? I think it's a Metroidvania, like
It looks like
Oh.
kind of looking one.
I'm
but
gonna have
it's
to look
like
at that
a little bit
again.
more,
There were so many.
Middle Eastern vibes.
Oh,
It looks really cool.
I'm gonna have to
really
look at that
cool.
again. Yeah,
There was
that was
another one I
seen it
forgot too.
Solar Ash,
Yeah.
like Shar said earlier. Solar Ash was one. Salt and Sacrifice, like Sin said, and that's co-op. Shar, that's co-op. Yeah, we can run that
shit.
together.
Oh yeah, that's right. That
Yeah.
one is co-op.
There's a
Yeah,
couple of co-op games. Yeah, we can
play
run.
that, I guess.
Replaced looked good. I thought honestly, I
Oh,
thought that was
yes.
The Last Night. Remember that game? The Last Night. It's actually on the screen right now. I think that I'm playing on
Love
the
the look.
stream. Yeah, it looks
like
cool.
a cyberpunk pixel art side scroller. Yeah, it looked nice. I like that one.
I want to play that. I don't know if that's like replacing The Last Night or Last Night is just dead. That was another game that I was, keeping my eye on, but we haven't seen it in a minute. So I was kind of disappointed that wasn't there, but we got
Shout
this.
out.
We got this.
Hold on. Yeah.
What was that, Cog?
Yeah,
What were you saying?
No, I was saying shout out to Leaky because that's another one I forgot. I always pronounce it.
Eden?
Chronicle. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm a
it
big
looked good.
Coden
I
fan.
am ready for that game. Did they show it? I don't think they showed it.
Yeah.
Though.
They,
Did
they,
they?
they, yeah, they show. Oh,
Microsoft
yes.
conference,
Ah,
I think.
shit! I missed it.
Oh, you gotta go back,
Hold on.
girl. You gotta watch that. You gotta
Mm.
watch
I
that.
gotta watch it.
Looks
That's on Game
good.
Pass. That's on Game Pass too, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
look
in
like
the
some-
middle. Wait, you're a big Suikoden fan?
Yes, I beat both games. 108 stars, girl. What you know about that?
I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of 2 right now. So like, yeah.
No.
Catch me playing that after the podcast. What's up?
Okay. Okay.
I'm a huge Sakota fan. Yeah.
And I do want to say Metroid. Metroid Dread. That was my
Of course.
show of
Shout out to
Nintendo.
Dread.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dread.
I gotta say, I don't want to be negative Nancy over here, but that Breath of the Wild trailer didn't do much for me.
They do it for you?
It didn't
Didn't
do
do it.
anything. It
It didn't
do
really
anything.
show anything. Like, okay, Breath
He
of the Wild.
literally was. They're falling from the sky, dude. What
It
is
was
this bullshit?
literally him above the world of Breath of the Wild. Like he
That's
was
it.
looking down, and it's like, okay, cool, but I'm trying to see dungeons.
And
I'm
then-
trying to see
dude,
things, you know?
And then they showed gameplay. It looked like the first game.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Shar,
It
you're
looked
with
the
me.
same.
You're with me on this then.
And I know there's like a double standard of people being like, well, what about Horizon? Looking like the first game. Yes, Horizon looks like the first fucking game. Horizon also looks like the first fucking game. This is not broke. Don't fix it. But also,
Fix it.
show more. Like,
No more?
we want more.
They say that
it
it's
was great.
aiming for next year. I think it's going to be 2023.
Yeah, I don't
Really?
know.
I
You
do
think
think
it's
it will be.
2023?
Yeah, I think it will be.
I
I think
don't
it'll be
think so.
pushed.
Or they're trying to tap into Skyward Sword somehow. Like they're trying to tie that.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
There's
You remember
theories.
the hand? You remember the hand thing? What if it's Twilight Princess related?
I'd be more. I'd be happier.
It's like the dark. Where was Midna from? What's the name of the realm she's from?
I don't
Midnight?
freaking
Shadow Realm?
remember. I don't
Shadow
know.
Realm?
The Shadow Realm?
Twilight,
The realm.
Twilight realm?
Maybe.
What if it's like
I
Twilight
don't
Realm?
remember. That'd be cool.
Mhm.
Because I
She's the Twilight
swear.
Princess.
True.
What'd you say, Audible?
Because.
I was trying to think of the realm, but she's the Twilight Princess, so I'm assuming that the realm is called Twilight, but I'm not
They'll
sure.
probably know
Yeah.
in the
I
chat.
think so.
We got Melodic in the
Maybe.
chat, a couple
Melodic
others.
would know.
Here's the thing, though. If you watch that trailer back, there's like audio cues that make me think of like I haven't even played these games. This is ridiculous that I have theories. But there's like audio cues that make me think of like it's like the Twilight like corruption. Not corruption, but you know what I'm talking
I know
about?
what
Like
you're
the
talking
shadow
about.
stuff.
Yeah, the shadows. Yeah.
It sounds like
Yeah.
that. It sounds like that,
Mm.
which is why I was like,
Oh, the
well, what if they're
sound.
bringing
Yeah, I know
that
what you're
back?
talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
And
peeped that
then-
too.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. crazy.
There's theories going around, and then you hear, I don't know if you guys heard, they don't want to say the full title because it could potentially give away a spoiler.
Give it away. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because people are like,
Don't
well,
put it in your fucking title.
well, that, and also, well, we're going to see it at some point, but I guess they want to, they don't want to put too much time for people
There you
to
go.
theorize and get all crazy.
Well, it's already
conspiracies.
happening.
That's just called Breath of the Wind.
Breath of the Wind.
I just wanna bet.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine? Breath of the Wind. Oh my
That's
god.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Sound of the wild.
I'm sure it's gonna be, Sound of the Wild. I'm sure it's gonna be good. It's gonna be more of the same. He's gonna have more, tricks up his sleeve as far as gameplay and stuff. But like overall, I mean, it's Breath of the Wild,
Got a team in hand.
I gotta see
The
more.
trailer was disappointing as far as short and not really giving you a lot.
Yeah.
So it did feel like they were just doing it to kind of like shut up the fanboys. We know you're asking for it. Here's a little bit of it. But I agree. Like it didn't do enough, I felt, to really, generate probably. I mean, it's still gonna generate interest, but I'm just saying, like, for the hardcore, I don't feel it really did enough to get
Yeah.
you, like,
I agree with that. Yeah. It did seem kind of like throwing a bone, like, hey,
yeah, like
here you go.
Leave us alone.
Leave us alone. Let us work, basically. Yeah. And they're going to do that. And we'll see. We'll see more as it comes, I guess. But other than that, man, like I said, there are some gems in all of it. It wasn't all good paced. I mean, I think Xbox had the best pacing in terms of the shows and stuff. But there's a lot of good games to look forward to. I'm happy as a gamer. Like, I'm looking at the Ascent right now on the screen. That's another one that's coming. Can't wait for that. There's just some really good stuff. And if you have Game Pass, man, you're sitting pretty. You get to play a lot of these games. So it's exciting. It's exciting for sure.
Let's see if these DLC with Jack Sparrow look fire. I want to try that. I actually want to try that.
That's cool for the fans,
That's gonna be big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be big. Yeah, Sea of Thieves is still, I think, still doing well on PC. And
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Sea of Thieves guy, but I know that content is going to do well. That's like almost a perfect crossover to get that in. So yeah, with the story content, it's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, it makes sense. If you're gonna get anything, of course, Jack Sparrow. I mean, that's just a given right there. The Raven Flow super chat says, "Great show, guys. Xbox finally got an E3 victory. It only took Sony disappearing to do their own thing, and Nintendo being hit or miss on certain years." Yeah, a lot of people do feel like it's the default winner because Sony's not there, and Sony, they do put on a good show. They are capable. They've had some bad ones, but they when they are missed, I miss them. I'm hoping they do something soon.
Yeah, hopefully we get like a a big kind of E3-ish state of play coming soon, just to see what they got going for the rest of the year. Because we gotta have Sony in the building. Come on, it's only right.
It doesn't feel right without them. That's for sure. Gerald again says, "Where the Lords go, I follow." Shout out to the ILP.
Salute, humble.
Shout out.
That's awesome. Sin again. Soul's
Damn it,
brother.
Sin.
The homie.
Last I heard, the Last Night developers, Odd Tales, were going through financial issues, but it should be still in development. So the Last Night did not replaced. I know it's funny that the game was called Replaced. It's just kind of like ironic.
And it's kind of
It's like, was it replaced? Oh, it's called Replaced. What the freak? Thank you, Sin, again. And again, oh gosh, I'm not dead. It says, "Oh, I meant replaced. Did not replace the Last Night." We got it, and thank you though. Sheesh. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support.
That looks good.
Yeah, they both look great. Yeah, so that's kind of it, I guess, for E3. Kind of all said what we had to say. And
excited, a lot of games to play.
So many games.
So many backlog.
Right.
My backlog crazy.
Hey.
Backlog podcast.
There it is. There
Why
it
we
is.
called it that.
Exactly. It never stops. And then you're like, oh, here come the deluge of more games to
Oh
come.
my god.
Did we mention Starfield?
Oh, we
No.
did not. That's true.
No.
We did not.
Oh, Starfield was the first one.
That was the first game out the gate, wasn't it? Yeah. I'm interested. They did confirm it could be in first person and third person. I like third person. I have to,
That's cool.
So I thought that's cool. I'll keep my eye on it. But I feel like we need to see more, of course. I mean,
Of course.
Is Tom Cruise supposed to be in Starfield or no? Was that a rumor?
I think that was
It was a rumor, but it seems like it was tied to the Top Gun DLC for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I think what it is, people got the signals crossed with the games and figured Tom Cruise would be involved in the Microsoft conference. But it was more because they're coming out, Flight Simulator's coming out with this Top Gun DLC content.
Gotcha,
Like, it looked like it's mimicking the movie straight up. So that was that. But Starfield, look, I'm interested. Obviously, I like Bethesda. I like those type of games, but we didn't learn anything from that. To me, it was like,
true.
you know what that trailer was? To me, that was Microsoft saying, look, because historically, Bethesda does not show their games until they're really ready. So I got the sense that, Bethesda probably wasn't ready to show, because being that we now know it's definitely, what is it, next year, 2022, that this game was released, which is interesting. They gave us the release for next year, but really didn't show
Yeah.
us nothing about the game. But I think it was more of a situation where Microsoft wanted to kill the narrative that there was a chance for this game to be on other platforms, because they kept stressing exclusive. You can only find it on places where Game Pass exists. Then Sarah Bond comes out, and it's just like everything to me was more to dead a narrative, which they did. But now I think what it is, you got to, you got your CGI, your splash vertical slice footage. Then hopefully as we get closer, then you get a little bit, and then you get gameplay, and then we get the thing. But I still need to know, what is it? Because as much as I love sci-fi, I don't know what we're really doing in this game. You know what I'm saying? So I want to know, what are we doing? But I'm in. I'm in. I love sci-fi. I think that the people behind it should be good, but we still need to learn more.
Definitely.
We're delivering packages from planet to planet.
Oh,
no.
Oh.
Don't even joke about
Don't-
that.
so you
Death
calling it
Stranding.
Death
Don't
Stranding? Speaking of Death Stranding, that's a good segue.
Yeah.
The man behind it, Kojima, he's got some conspiracy things going on with him right now. I'm just kind of barely getting up to date with this today. So Shar, I don't know if you want to pull up that article.
The
about
fuck? You think I know anything about
Kojima? I mean,
this? Bruh.
I'm
wild.
counting on you. I'm hoping you do.
What the fuck? I don't know shit.
Because look,
You literally, I woke up, turned on, you came in, you're like, did you hear about Kojima? I'm like, absolutely not.
okay, so Kojima,
I don't know shit.
I liked
mean,
it. I
you're
liked
in
Death
Japan, you're
Stranding,
supposed to
but
know.
Oh, yeah,
oh.
sure. Yeah. Uh-huh.
see, I didn't want to
Yeah, let
say
me
it.
just where's my phone and call
I didn't wanna
Kojima
say
right the
it.
fuck now. Where is it?
Is it not in the news? In Japan.
Why would it be in the Yeah, of course. All over the news.
All over the
That's
news.
your boy,
All over.
Shar. You should know these things.
Fucking what?
Nah, but he was.
Since when is Kojima my boy?
He did make an appearance during the Summer Games Fest. You guys remember he's kind of trolling with that Death Stranding thing, and the guy he was jumping in the box, and then it was showing like a Metal Gear setting or whatever. Kojima, he's just kind of weird like that. He's kind of a troll. But anyways, people, I guess, think that he's behind a new Silent Hills. I guess that's the rumor, the conspiracy. They're putting together pictures and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shar, you got
I
the
don't either.
article? You got it?
I don't fucking know.
If not, you got
I
it. You
barely
got it.
read this article. You know that. But the funniest fucking line in this is how these conspiracy theorists are like using like, oh my god, it's so funny. Additionally, the theory involved the initials of two game directors has evolved. Using Google Translate, Hideo in Japanese becomes Karaman in Turkish, with both names translating to hero in English. Guys, it's confirmed.
Hero. Okay.
I'm like, what the hell? You're all crazy. So I don't even know.
Yeah.
These people are going like
They
nuts.
got their third eye open. This conspiracy theory.
My
We
God.
in that bag. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
It's
Let me
wild.
pull out my Google Translate. It's got to be a thing. All right. No, yeah, I don't know. That's the conspiracy, is that he's behind the Blue Box company that are gonna be making Silent Hill. It looks like, that's all.
It's kind of his fault, because doesn't he usually like troll like that a little bit? Like he.
I think so.
That's what I'm saying. Like he kind of he's done this in the
He
past,
kind of perpetuates it a little bit, yeah.
and people expect
He's
it
like,
at this
well,
point.
maybe I'd, you know.
Yeah, he's very cryptic and kind of weird, for lack of better words. Kojima, look, he's cool. I like Death Stranding, but I always felt like, man, Kojima, like, what? Stop trolling already. Like, is there a game? Is there not a game? Like, I think I'm to the point, and I'm kind of tired now, Shar. Remember I was telling you, I think I might rant tonight, about the conspiracies and the damn rumors and the speculations, the insiders.
off.
Like, we just saw again, Bloodborne Remastered is coming, blah, blah, blah. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, just do it or stop talking about it. Like, I'm to the point. I'm to the point.
For real, though.
Because Bloodborne,
Stop speculation.
everyone knows I want Bloodborne 2. I want it remastered. I want 60 frames, all this stuff. And it's like, sometimes I'll get tagged on like, oh, there's a rumor that it's coming. It's like, well, dude, it's been years
Shut up
of
about
like,
rumors.
I just got to the point where I'm like, nope, you're not going to get me with this. I'm just, when it's in my hands, okay
Yeah,
then.
that's when you believe it.
Right.
Facts.
So I don't know if other people feel this way about this stuff with Kojima at this point. I don't know, but they really They're going
They're reaching.
in on the conspiracies right now. Yeah. I think Silent Hills, the picture, I was trying to pull it up, but I didn't save it, I guess. But like the actual, I guess there's merch coming out for Silent Hill through Konami. And Silent Hills is like off-centered on the picture. And there's like room for a number 5 because they're taking each of the letters because the fonts are different and they're matching it.
They going all the way with
I
this.
hate
Like,
this.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and find it.
So stupid.
That's the Dawson reach.
It's wild.
Reach.
But that's what they're doing because each like parts of the words are like the different fonts from the other games. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's going to be 5 apparently. So it's a whole thing.
It makes sense. It makes sense how they explain it, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
If he is doing this, at least he's making it interesting because giving
Yeah.
people something to talk about.
Right.
True. I guess.
Even though, do it.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, I can see how it can be annoying, like the speculation and stuff like that. But
Right.
I don't know, maybe it's just marketing ploy. Maybe it's how he markets the hype.
Yeah.
Then I want to shout out a boy Undead. He had an article up on our site, lonzogaming.net, and he kind of like shut it down because what I read was like I guess what is it, Blue Box or this studio is kind of running with stuff, and then people don't. But apparently, it seems like it's connected to some game called Abandoned or something like that.
I saw something like that.
Yeah, so now the vibe I get from one of my guys is that it's shut down, that it's not going to be whatever this is. This Blue Box Games is not making a Silent Hill or working with Kojima. So he's more definitive on it as far as shutting the rumor down. But it is interesting that the rumor won't die and that like a lot of people are still, confused on what's going on. So I'm with you, Erica. Like at this point, it's like until I see it, I ain't believing none of this. It's just speculation. What it is it's a ravenous fan base, and then you got Kojima fans. So I get it. Everybody wants this to happen. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But until I see it, I ain't believing it.
I was gonna say, like Audible, you mentioned it. Like, yeah, at least he's kind of making it interesting, I guess, or the fans are. They kind of have these little connections. The Bloodborne stuff is just like some random person on Twitter. Hey guys, it's coming, and then people take a tweet and then they make articles and they retweet it. And I'm just looking at it. I click the guy, like, who is this? I check his
My uncle's working on the game, I know.
Yeah, it's like he's not even giving any kind of evidence. I'm like, why would you even take this guy seriously, So it's more frustrating on that end. So yeah, you're right. I mean, at least it's like there's kind of something there. There's some images and something to kind of look at instead of over here with Bloodborne. It's just thin air, nothing. It's nothing there.
No, but I'm with y'all. Y'all need y'all Bloodborne below 60 frames. I don't know why. Why is it not happening? That is weird to me, especially with the PS5. That should be like an easy thing, right? Yeah, I don't know. It seems very strange.
One would think.
Yeah, one would think.
It's the one game that really needs it too. Like it needs it. Like I know Last of Us got it, and there's a couple other games, and it's like, yeah, that's cool, but Bloodborne really needs it, So it's kind of like, damn, they just don't even bring it up. They just forgot about it. So who knows? It's also rumored that PSX is coming back, which I hope is true because I really want to go again. And that is where that Bloodborne announcement will be. That's the rumor. So it's kind of like, we'll see. But I hope PlayStation Experience comes back though. I'm really hoping it does. Indeed. Yeah, it'd be super cool to like meet people, kind of hang out over there again. And I miss that stuff. I know you do too, Cog.
Absolutely.
I know you do.
Oh, love the convention. That's my thing. Like that's what really helped us grow, just actually going and physically going to the E3s, the PAXs, the PX, all that stuff, Fan Fest. All that stuff is really cool. You get a chance to meet a lot of people, network, and see the creators in the games when they get announced. Like to me, that's the most fun thing. Like being there live when something new gets announced and you're there. Like, oh, it's crazy. It's a good experience.
It's awesome. I only got to do E3 once, but it was so cool. Nice. Like, and the little even the PSXs and the smaller things that are free and you can actually be there. Like you'd be surprised, man. You meet some smaller developers. You find some great indie games there or something, and then you're on the list to get the game and talk to them, then you can have them on your show or something like that. It's like one thing leads to another, and like I miss that. Like I feel so like I'm just out here on my own, I'm on YouTube and stuff, and I'm like, man, I miss that connecting and like growing the new networks, like the networking buddies and stuff. Yeah, so.
That's my favorite thing. I tell people. Somebody asked me that. It was like, what do you prefer best, like podcasting? And I said, honestly, going to the shows, like an interview a developer or something, like,
Mm-hmm.
or meeting some people when the games like get in their infancy stages and you get to see it before. Like, I love that stuff. Like, that to
Yeah.
me is my favorite thing. Absolutely love it. So I agree.
Yeah, I love that. Miss it, damn it. It's
Mhm.
that one of these days.
Wanna
It's,
go.
yeah, I was gonna say Audible, like we gotta get the troubleshooters together.
Yeah.
Shar, you gotta
Mhm.
come over here. I don't know, man. We just gotta meet up, hang out,
Gotta pull
and
up. We gotta pull up
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So hopefully that comes true. And for all the, I guess, Silent Hill fans, I hope you guys get your game too. You never know, man. All I know is there's plenty of games in the meantime. My gosh, plenty. Sin again. Shout out to you. He says, Erica, let us hope that the Bloodborne remaster rumor is true and we get 60 frames on console, a new platinum trophy, and hopefully for you, a PC version. Yes. Need those frames. Gosh, that would be awesome.
All about the frames.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
about the frames.
So good. Well, if no one else has anything to say about that, I mean, we're kind of done here with the topics. It's a good show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Show.
Very good show.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Very
this is fun.
good. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much to the chat. You guys really pulled up today. For the Iron Lords, for Audible, for us, for Shar. Probably just for Shar. I mean, I'm over here.
Probably me.
This ain't even my show no more.
Listen, it's a show now. Tell it.
Shar, you know what? Just for that, Shar, you doing the outro. How about that? You doing the
Go
outro.
put it to work.
Hey.
You got to mention the Patreon, Spotify, all that junk. Let's go, Shar.
You can catch us on Spotify at the Backlog Podcast and other fine platforms where podcasts are found. We have a Patreon. It is the Backlog Pod. If you want to go look us up on Patreon, we got a lot of great patrons over there. We're gonna be working on some more rewards. We're gonna try to get some more rewards for you guys going in there pretty soon. So look out for that. There's a lot of free content on there anyways. So even if you don't want to give us that $1, starting at $1, guys. Even if you don't want to give us that $1, we still post a whole bunch of stuff on there, or we try to. It's mostly all me because Erica doesn't do anything. So just saying.
Wow. I'm
Anyways,
being
You a danger, girl.
exposed. Damn.
You better- you
This
better have
really
to
ain't my show. I don't even know I'm here. I'm a guest. I'm a guest,
You gotta
reoccurring.
get your homegirl. She loose.
See, this is
Damn.
what happens when Erica lets me do anything. I just
Go.
take it and I go way too far with it.
The shade.
Get the
I
Yikes
go-
podcast going. Yikes by
I
yourself.
might have to. Shoot. Going solo.
That's what I'm saying. Anyways, I would like to thank our lovely guests, both Audible and Lord Cognito, for joining us. If you want to give us your guys' outro, we'll start with Audible. Where can people find you?
Yes.
You can find me. First of all, thank y'all so much for having me. I had a lot of fun with you guys, Shar and Erica, and especially Cog. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, you can find me on Twitch, AWEDIBLE_gaming. That's where most of my content happens. You can also find me on YouTube, where I put my podcast called Audible Thinking Podcast. It's only got season 1 on there. I'm trying to do another season, but that's where my little podcasting show is. It's a little different. I hope you guys like it. I'm also trying to think of a way to make more music for the community. I do want to sell more music, and I also want to make copyright-free music for people to use in their backgrounds, just as a way to give to the community. Because, I see the DMCA stuff happening so much. Like, I just want to be able to provide some content for people to use so that they have some background music, because sometimes it's hard to find, especially hip-hop oriented music. It's hard to find that stuff. So I want to be able to provide a database for that. So I'm trying to figure out a way to do that. And I'm also playing Dark Souls 3 after the stream. So if you guys want to pull up for that on Twitch,
Yes.
I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, I was so stoked that you guys invited me. I had such a great time. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. And
Yes.
shout out to the chat as well. Appreciate y'all.
Oh, for sure.
Glad to have you here. Big Cloud Gaming, thank you for that. Hit that like button, guys. if you haven't
Hit the
already.
like button.
Cloud.
Appreciate you.
Salute.
Obvious,
Thank you, Bit.
friend of the
Salute.
show. And let us know where we can find you, Lord Cognito.
First off, before all that, thank y'all for having me. This was bad fun. Y'all got a good podcast. I really like the vibe. Super chill. I'm glad I listened to my first episode.
Hey.
No, this is dope.
Thank you.
This is dope. No, salute. I love the vibe, Erica. You know, I'm always going to support what you're doing. Big fan of what you've been doing.
Appreciate
And
that.
I love the energy that you provide. And I like real gamer talk. The girls out here playing these games. I like that. You know what I mean? So that's always love. Audible is my first time casting with you. Really cool. You got me with them Halo vibes. We got to link up on that. Day one. It's no excuse. We got to get these communities together. Let's link up. Let's play these games. So salute to that. And also, Erica, I want to shout you out because it was for lordsofgaming.net, and you always supporting that, and it means a lot to us because obviously no one's getting paid, and if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have had the amazing Lord Hector, Lord Macho.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's through your influence. So salute.
I'm such a proud mom to him.
Yeah,
Every time I see him doing something, I'm like, oh, I'm so proud. Shout out to Hector.
Shout out to Hector. Like again, shout out to his podcast, again, the PlayStation podcast. And it's been really cool to see, and thank everybody for the support, everybody that pulled up. And don't just pull up for me. Make sure y'all check these girls out. Like, if they doing anything, always show some love to the community. And you know me, at Lord Cognito on Twitter. Iron Lord Podcast. Every Sunday is the Lord's Day. Y'all know the deal. 1 p.m. Eastern. We will be in the building. Little E3 recap. We will have our annual aftermath show with E3. Rand Outdoor will be in the building. So if you want to hang out, come check out. It should be a fun chat. King will be talking his mess. It'll be crazy.
It's gonna be
Get loose,
good.
man. He might wear a crown and a scepter the way he talks.
Man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he and his Xbox bag. So you'll look up for that. Me and Solve and Attic will try to keep him under control. But we appreciate the love and the support. But this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed myself in this podcast. For sure.
Awesome.
Cool.
It's awesome having you.
Erica.
Do I get an intro? Or outro? Sorry.
I guess. I mean,
I can't
sure,
even
why
get that
not?
right. God damn it. Apparently, this might be my last time here, so
Man.
just want to say goodbye. Appreciate it. You know, it was a good time, fun while it lasted. You know, it was fun.
Yeah. You didn't even make it to episode 50. Like, what?
I know.
No, that's awkward.
It's a damn tragedy. It's such a shame. Such a shame. No, thank you guys so much. Great guest. Audible, you're the homie. Cog, the homie. Loved having you both here. Good times. You guys know me. Eric Hutz for the win. Find me anywhere by that name. And like Shar said, with the Patreon, check us out. That's it. We're out. Bye.
What? I don't even.
Goodbye.
I'm the host, and I don't. Screw
End the
you guys.
podcast, Shar.
Screw you. Erica.
End the podcast. Bye, everybody. See you later.
Oh my
See you
God,
on the other
shut up.
side.
Anyway, mine is easy. You just find me at Dream Pixel pretty much anywhere. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, thanks for the awesome podcast, guys. We're out. Bye.